Drum roll, please. Hey, Vita, day 10. Oh my god, double digits. Wow, who knew that I'd make it this long? So, if you guys watched my first video before Vita started called You Asked, I Answered, I took a question and answer session off Twitter, and I sort of answered the questions and I sort of didn't, and I didn't put the questions in there at all, and no one really followed it, but I thought it was kind of clever. In any case, today, here's the promised part 2. Alright, so I'm just going to go through these in no random order. In a random order, no particular order. Here we go, ready? Lewis asked, what are the perks of dating men? I mean, that's really subjective, to be honest. It really depends. You know, I would say that after dating women, and no offense to those women who I've dated if you're watching this, but I just, like, women, they're so catty and they're needy, and like they have mixed signals, and they will say something and mean something else, and they expect you to get the hint on something, and like guys are just so much more direct and straightforward, and like I don't know, I like guys better. So the perks for me are like infinite. Plus there's no week of the month when you can't do things. Loving him for life said, you mentioned 9/11 somewhere, so I guess there's a story behind it. Will you share it with us? I'm actually gonna make another video on this subject. I meant to do it like last week, I meant to do it the week before, but there's some extra footage I want to collect, and when my hard drive, you know, died on me, I lost it. So I'm trying to find a way to refilm it or something and put it together. Luis, top 3 character traits that you love about Dan. I love that he's so like cute. I don't know if cute is a character trait, but I mean he's really sweet, and the, you know, hashtag tick cuddles. I just love that. I love that he puts himself out there for people, and you know, he makes videos that are encouraging to other people. I've tried to do the same. A third one, he's pretty funny. Like our personalities are just really similar. We have similar sense of humor. We like to pick on people and things in similar ways. So we just get along. I don't know, that's not really a character trait, but BBQ and Blues, tell us the meaning of your back tattoo. Okay, a few people asked about my tattoos. The first one is right here, and I'll post a picture. Now, this one is the badge of my fraternity, Delta Chi. If you're in Delta Chi, then you know the significance of having the badge over your heart. If you're not in Delta Chi, I can't tell you that. But it's meaningful to Delta Chi's. And I'm the only one I know who has one like this, so that's pretty cool. On my back, on my shoulder here, I have the coat of arms of Cuba, and it's pretty big and it's in full color. I got that one 2 years ago. I'm half Cuban, I'm Cuban from my mom's side, and I love the history, I love the culture, I love the fact that I'm half Cuban. I think it's pretty cool. So I got the coat of arms on my back. I think it looks pretty sweet. James, what is my favorite surprise from Dan? Well, I mean, he came to surprise me once while I was at work, which was awesome. He showed up at the end of the day and we hung out. There's actually a video of that on his channel. He bought me a shirt from J. Crew last week when I wasn't expecting that. Sometimes he gets me flowers. I love surprises. Seriously, Dan, like, surprise me all the time, please. I love surprises. Sammy Sue, the first of probably many of your questions. Have you put any thought into what you want your subscribers to be called? No. You come up with it. I don't know. You guys come up with it. I got nothing. BLRHC, how old is he? He means me. I'm 23. I'm almost 24 in a few months. July, baby. Alain. Oh wow, this is French, isn't it? How did you come out to your siblings? I didn't really. I was in college when I came out, so it was just like I called my mom and then I called my aunt later that night, and like that was it. I literally didn't tell anyone else in my family directly. I just kind of like was like, that's it, and now you two know, and the rest find out I don't know, when I bring a boy home. Miss McCoy? Mention some of your videos that you work during the week. Will you tell us what we do for work? What's your job? What do you do? Frederick wants to know what my job title is, what I do for a living, and did it go hand in hand with what I studied? So a lot of people keep asking me this question, and even after I make this video, I guarantee a lot more people will keep asking me this question. But I am an IT consultant, and I currently am an assignment as a junior project manager. So I'm an IT project manager, basically. What does that mean? It means that I manage IT projects. I organize meetings and I get all the stakeholders together and they talk and they figure things out, and then we schedule the actual dates and we do testing and QA and development, and I kind of just facilitate. That's basically what I do. Does it go hand in hand with what I studied for school? I studied business information systems, so basically yes. In my major was a bit more technical. It was more of the actual system design, whereas I'm currently more just manage projects that are handed to me. I don't actually get to influence the decisions yet. I mean, I'm entry level. I literally just started working in January. I have a 2-year contract with this consulting firm where I hopefully will be with the same company and I'll grow and become a subject matter expert, and who knows, maybe I will eventually move up through the ranks and I will be actually one of the people making those kinds of decisions about the platform. But usually in the business that I'm in, at least, those requests come from the business users, so we just kind of take the requests and process them and make them happen. China Bulls. How often do you get to see Dan? Sometimes it's like I'll go there for the weekend and then he'll come here for the week and I'll go there for the next weekend, so it's like almost every day. And then there's other times, like right now I haven't seen him in 12 days and I still got two more days. Kevin Castellano, what is your belief in regards to the paranormal? I don't think that there's any such thing as the paranormal in the slightest bit. I actually don't even like the word belief because it provides that there's a doubt or that there's some kind of possibility. But I really, no offense to the people who believe in paranormal stuff, but I don't believe in ghosts, tarot cards, psychics, any of that stuff. Horoscopes, religion, none of that. None of that floaty Jesus stuff. Sorry, but it just doesn't make sense. I'm a really logical person, and logically, there's nothing to all that. You know, I feel like everything can be explained. You know, I just posted that video on urban exploring, so I go to a lot of these abandoned places and you hear a lot of noises. I've been in buildings where I've been by myself and you hear doors slamming, windows shaking, windows opening and closing, things that sound like footsteps. They're not ghosts. They're not, you know, possessed beings and demons and all sorts of stuff. It's just the wind most of the time, or small animals. I mean, there's always an explanation. You know, those orbs, that's dust. It's always dust. Even if you swear that there wasn't dust, it's dust. Clean your sensor. Sammy, question number 2. Do you think it's morally permissible to use torture as a means to extract information out of terrorists? I mean, there's a reason you're talking about it in your ethics class, because it's such a hot button issue. I would say generally no. However, I don't like to be absolute on anything. And, you know, there could be a circumstance where maybe it's necessary, but generally I don't think so. I think, you know, we are a civilized country, and no matter how uncivilized the people are who are trying to attack us and trying to kill innocent civilians, we should, you know, stick to the moral high ground and say that torture is wrong. And even if that means that we get attacked again because we couldn't get the information out in time, you know, it's a risk I'm willing to take because it's humane. It's the right thing to do, and I think we should try and always do the right thing. Freedom49100. What's your favorite film that you like to watch with Dan? Dan showed me The Devil Wears Prada for the first time. I had never seen it, and that movie was really funny. So I'd probably say that. I would watch that again, like tomorrow. I'd watch it the day after that. Catmaster17, so some of us should be excluded from your vids because we refuse to use Twitter. No, you shouldn't. That's why I asked for your questions, and I'm answering them now. I'm sorry you didn't ask a real question, but I don't mean to exclude you. I use Twitter a lot. I used to never use Twitter, and now like I basically live on Twitter. I don't use Facebook pretty much ever. I don't use Instagram. And then YouTube, like I reply to some comments, but I don't want to reply to everything because then it's like me, you know. So if you want to follow me, like you should really follow my Twitter because that's where like I post pictures and stuff all day long, all day, every day. Ice Knopf, favorite fashion designer. I don't really follow fashion at all, so I have no idea. I don't even know who like any fashion designers. Alfred Lanier, is there anything you want to do in your life you haven't done yet? Tons. Are you kidding? I'm 23. There's so much I want to do in my life. My life has barely even started. I want to travel the whole world. Like, the list is endless. Daniel Silverstone. Let's see. If you could do one thing for one person, what would it be and for whom? That's an oddly specific and narrow question. One thing for one person. That's tough. I mean, who do you decide what that one person is? You know, when I first saw the question, one thing for someone, I was thinking some random act of kindness. I mean, I would just pick someone random off the street, someone you meet and just, you know, be nice to them. I can't think of anything else. Sorry. Funky Drugs. Are you wearing Dan's shirt? No, I don't think I was. Why were you washing the cat? I was washing the cat because he always has poop on his butt. Like, always has poop on his butt. I don't know what's wrong with this cat, but like, he stinks. Like, his butt smells, and when you hold him and then you put him down, and if his butt touched like your arm, then your arm smells, and it's unpleasant. So I've washed him. He also sheds like crazy. Everything I own is covered in cat hair. I'm surprised. This shirt's got a bunch of cat hair. You probably can't see it though. Everything is covered in cat hair. Did Jesus really exist? No. Should Palestine be recognized as a country? Yes. Should we bomb the shit out of Syria? No. Will history look favorably on I can't talk, guys. I can't talk. Will history look favorably on Bush and Cheney and Rumsfeld? I don't think so. Where was I on 9/11? I was only in 7th grade, so I was in school. Out here on Long Island, but my grandmother was in one of the towers. My dad worked a block away, and my grandfather, the other side, worked like 2 blocks away. So yeah, like I said, expect a video on the subject. JP Jazzer 1, you got 3 questions buried in here. If you and Dan were stuck on a deserted island and could only have one other person with you, who would it be? I'd probably say Survivor Man. I forget his name, Wes something, because he would be able to like make houses and structures and get food and everything else. So he'd be like the perfect person to have with us. And then Dan, like I don't need anyone else besides Dan anyway, so. If you had to have one other person, who would it be? Paper, cut, or burn? I don't understand this question. It's going over my head, I'm sorry. Who travels to see the other the most, you or Dan? Back like before I was working, it was pretty even. It would be like 1 week there, 1 week here, 1 week there, 1 week here. Once I started working, I'd probably say that it's been a little unfair and that he's come to me more than I've gone, to him. Just cause like when I go to him, he works all weekend and he works really late. So it's just like I basically go there to sleep with him for 3 nights. 2 nights? Friday, Saturday, 2 nights. That's so depressing, you know? That's such a short amount of time and it's such a long drive. When he comes here, I mean, there's more time when I'm working, but he's here for like 4 days, so. Lady Gaga fan 2021, excuse me. What's your favorite TV show? Right now, it's probably Happy Endings. That show is hilarious, and you should all go watch it. It just came back from like a month hiatus. I haven't seen the new episodes yet, because I watch them with Dan. So don't tell me any spoilers, because I'm like a few episodes behind. So shh. I also love The Walking Dead. Season 3 was amazing. And Yeah, every episode of that show had me like on the edge of my seat. It was crazy. Zach Art Pop. Do you like Lady Gaga? I mean, some of her songs are catchy. I'm not like particularly a fan or not. I don't really like pop music. I never listen to the radio. Whatever is pop, whatever the radio stations overplay, I kind of avoid. Can I speak Spanish? No, not really. Un poco. Like, it's really bad. I used to be pretty decent, but now honestly I can barely do the present tense, and like that's it. I know very basic grammar and skill. Yeah, I can understand Spanish pretty well though. If you talk to me in Spanish, I can follow it and I can pick out words enough to put together the whole sentence, but speaking it, it's bad. Sammy Sue, question number 3. If it wasn't for Dan, do you think you'd still be making YouTube videos? Absolutely not. I would definitely not be on YouTube. Just because, I don't know, I never really considered it before. Plus, I mean, I would probably have like 3 subscribers if it wasn't for him, to be honest. So I am the variable. 3 celebs who would. I would what? What would I? I don't get it. Laker97. What do you like most about urban exploring? The excitement of being in the places you shouldn't, the adventure, the discovery, standing in the face of history. All of the above. You kidding? I love it. I love the lure of being somewhere you're not supposed to be, seeing things that the public doesn't generally see, finding out about the history of the place. That's probably the biggest. I love to look and find history. I mean, in the not even trespassing sense of urban exploring, when I'm walking around the city, anywhere, I'm examining the architecture, I'm noticing little minute details in the building. It's just how I am, and so I'm obsessed with history. I actually edit a whole bunch of Wikipedia pages on various random things that I'm not going to tell you about, but yeah. Corvus13, have you ever considered studying architecture or civil engineering? I actually love like architecture and that kind of stuff. I'm terrible at math though, and I hate admitting that because it's like admitting a failure and it's just kind of throwing my hands up in the air and saying I give up. But calculus was such a struggle for me, and I just, like, if I could just do the drawing and designing buildings part of architecture and let everyone else do the blueprints and the load balance, you know, all the engineering stuff, I would. Like, I love engineering, I love getting my hands dirty, I love the mechanics of things, gears and all that stuff, but I hate math, and engineering is just physics, and so that's why I went into business. Okay, now we're on Twitter, I think. Sean I'm so bad at pronouncing names. I'm sorry, guys. Sean, I'm so sorry. I didn't even try her last name. What would I do in a zombie invasion? To be honest, I'd probably die pretty early off, like all of us would. But in like an ideal world, I would kick ass and survive. I think actually I'd probably survive a long time. I need to get my hands on guns. I don't have any guns. I have a strategy of where I would rendezvous with people. I mean, literally one of the sad, depressing things I thought about, and I actually think about on a kind of regular basis, is if something like a zombie apocalypse were to happen, Dan is 3.5 hours away from me, and there's literally millions of people between me and him. If the communication lines go down and a disaster like that were to happen, there's a chance I would literally may never see him again, and that is horribly depressing. So I've literally picked like a midway location that if we were to ever get separated, I want to meet there. And there's guns there, so that's good. And there's some other benefits of being there, but... Billy K, can we hang out sometime? Why not? Let's hang out. It's getting nice out. I kind of want to meet up with people in New York City. Like, let's come up with something to do. You know, I kind of want to play video games too, like have a Mario Kart challenge or tournament or something like that. I don't know. Let's work something out. Let's collaborate. Let's figure out something to do. Annabelle, oh, you're in school, but it's okay. See, look, I pulled these few off Twitter. First word that comes to my mind about Dan, I don't know, adorable, cute, sexy. Those are 3, but whatever. Nick, why did you decide that Dan was, quote, the one? Was it love at first sight or personality? Can you I don't know, it's such a, love is such like an intangible thing, you know? It's so hard to describe, but yeah, when like, I don't know, I don't want to get too sappy and I don't want to make him feel awkward, but when I saw him, like, I just wanted that, and, you know, I got that, and that's awesome. Like, I am so happy. I couldn't possibly be happier. All my past relationships, there was always something just missing, and you know, I think my exes may have, you know, I've thought that I knew what love was in past relationships. As they all ended one by one, I realized that I didn't, and I redefined my definition, and then I realized that I still didn't. And I honestly think that some of them in the past have maybe had a better grasp of what love was in terms of how they felt towards me, and I just never got it. It never clicked for me. And then when I met Dan and when we started dating, like, it all just lined up, and like all of a sudden I felt like I understood, and I almost knew what my exes might have felt, and I felt really horrible and guilty for, you know, whatever reasons why we broke up, because I wasn't able to give that back to them. You know, this will sound horrible if Dan ends up breaking up with me, but I told him literally I can't possibly think of any reason why I would ever break up with him ever, unless he cheated on me, because I ain't got no time for that. You know, if you're a cheater, there's no second chances. You're done. Okay, Alfred, you got a bunch here. Favorite TV shows? I already answered that. Some more. The Daily Show. I love The Daily Show. Not so big of a fan of The Colbert Report, but I love The Daily Show. I've seen a taping of it before in person, which was awesome. I used to love The Simpsons back when they were great. I kind of stopped watching like the last decade almost now. Other shows, South Park. I love South Park. HGTV. I watch HGTV all the time. House Hunters is my shit. I used to watch like all those design shows. I mean, come on, I'm gay, so, you know, there are some stereotypes that have to fit. I mean, there wouldn't be stereotypes otherwise. Favorite video games? I love Halo, like the first few Halos. Halo 1 was a great game. Halo 2 was an amazing game. Halo 3 was an okay game. And then they started going downhill. I didn't even buy Halo 4 because it's such a turd. Call of Duty, I loved Modern Warfare. Modern Warfare 2 was okay. I never got the Black Ops. I don't like Treyarch as a developer. Anything that Valve makes is pretty much guaranteed to be awesome. The Half-Life series, Half-Life 2, Portal 2, those are amazing games. I also like simulation games like Flight Simulator, Train Simulator. I play a lot of racing games. I played Far Cry 3 recently. I just started Tomb Raider. Age of Empires 2. That was my shit when I was younger. It just came out like yesterday. HD on Steam. You should go check it out. If you do get it, like, let's play. Let's play together. You know, I need some competition. Interest in building your own PC, one that can handle gaming relatively well. Any advice on what to use and where to shop? Newegg.com is basically the only website I ever use to buy computer hardware. I love them. I've been using them forever. I will definitely endorse Newegg. I love Newegg. In terms of the actual hardware, the most important factor is your budget. How much you're looking to spend, and then you kind of fit everything else around there. I would start with your processor. Pick out your processor first. Go with something decently powerful. You really only need a dual core. I have a quad core and it makes my rendering time much better. The price of quad cores has come down. However, gaming, if you're looking to do gaming and not really heavy rendering, the quad core doesn't really give you any benefit because no games use quad core. Buy a motherboard that matches those specs for your processor. I never buy Intel boards because they're usually locked down a bit more. My current board is a Zotac, which is some no-name company, but it's honestly the best board I've ever bought, and the support from the company was amazing. The features of the board were amazing. Buy RAM that matches your your processor's front-side bus speed. That's key, otherwise your whole system will run slow. I recommend nowadays get at least 4 gigabytes. I have 8. I never really use more than 6 at most, but 4, it's cheap enough. Get 4. Get 4. Triple channel if you can. dual channel. Otherwise, I honestly have been out of the PC hardware game a little bit. I like NVIDIA graphics cards. I'm not really all about AMD processors or graphics cards. Definitely get an NVIDIA card. Get one powerful card as opposed to two and SLI them. One powerful card, you'll be fine. I have a 4600 GTX, which is like a few generations old, and it blazes through every game on 1080p, and I run 3 monitors on my cards, and they're fine. Power supply, get something that's modular and has like the gold rating. Modular so that your wires aren't all over the place, and run your wires behind your motherboard tray. And also, I know this is running long and everyone who doesn't care about PC building is probably falling asleep or has moved on by now, but buy a case that's steel, invest in the case, one that has great airflow. Mine is split the chambers and the power supplies at the bottom with its own air chamber. You want your airflow to be great, and that'll keep your temperatures down and your computer running at full speed. Last thing, hard drives. If you can afford it, get a solid state drive, even if it's kind of small, for your operating system and your games. I use a 10K RPM Western Digital Velociraptor hard drive. It's only 150 gigabytes, I think, but it runs my Windows and my games, and there's plenty of space. And then everything else I put on multiple terabyte hard drives. That way you'll get your best performance. I'm sorry, I don't remember. What perfume or deodorant do you use? I don't have a clue what deodorant you use. I don't really pay attention. Colognes, I've been using Blue de Chanel only because Dan recommended it in his video. I got it before I even met him, and like, I could wear this smell for the rest of my life and be satisfied. I mean, I want to find more colognes. If you got any suggestions, let me know and I'll try it. But honestly, like Blue de Chanel, you don't need anything else other than that. Steve, do I like Kelly Clarkson? I don't really know Kelly Clarkson's music. I don't listen to pop music. A favorite thing I do to relax? That's cute. That's funny. You think I have time to relax. It's Vita. Literally, this is my schedule. Ready? I wake up, I scramble to get out of the house, I commute to work, it takes me 2 hours, I work all day, I commute home, then if I don't pass out in my bed, I eat dinner, and then I sit down here and I work on my Vita video for that day, and I don't get it up until like 1 in the morning, at which point I have to go to bed and get like 4 hours of sleep and then repeat the cycle. That's my weekdays. That's what I'm probably doing right now. It's 11 o'clock. I meant to have this done by now, and I haven't even edited. I'm still filming. Yeah, my weekends, I sleep. I just sleep because I've got no sleep during the week, so I just sleep, literally. Yeah. Alright, I think we're almost done. We're getting close. When are you gonna live with Malo 610? I don't know. When I can. See, I want to move to New York City because I work in Jersey City, but I want to move much closer to where I work. If I found a nice apartment in the city somewhere, I would just be a subway or a path ride, or a subway and a path ride to work, which would be so much more convenient than my current 2-hour commute each way. I mean, it's not a bad commute, but it sucks because it's 2 hours. It's 4 hours a day. I get out at 5, but I don't get home until 7. If I moved into the city somewhere, depending on where, I could get out at 5 and be home by 5:20, 5:30, 6 even. I mean, depending on where, but that would be awesome. And I get so much more time. And then I'd also get my own place and my own space. So that'll happen when it happens. Really, Dan needs to find a job in the city somewhere. So if you know of someone who's looking for a Dan, hire him, please. And pay him well. Pay him a lot. Pay him like double what I make so that we get a nice apartment. Because New York City prices are ridiculous. For like $2,500 a month, depending on the neighborhood, you can get a small closet. Literally like a closet. And they call it a studio. And it's like a bedroom, one giant room. And they say it's got a kitchen and it's like a little tiny sink and like a half refrigerator and like a hot plate. Seriously, that's New York City. Alex Ross, what are you going to be like in 10 years? Oh my god, 10 years? I can't even tell you where I'll be in a year. 10 years? No, I'm not even attempting that one. Sal, if I found $1 million, what would I do? Well, if I found it, does it belong to someone? Because I would try and do the right thing and return it. But say I got $1 million, I'd probably bank most of it. like put the majority of it away, invest it, you know, because $1 million can last you a long time if you spend it right. If you blow it all, then you got some cool stuff that'll be, you know, old and useless in a few years. So I'd probably invest most of it. I would help some of my family members that are, you know, financially struggling with debt and things like that. I help make sure that they're set. And then I'd probably save a chunk of it and buy myself some cool stuff. You know, new computers, new cameras, you know, some gadgety stuff. But I wouldn't spend too much. I'd really moderate myself and try and save as much as possible so that I would be able to live off of it as long as I could. But I would keep working. Seth, what would be the perfect proposal to me? I don't know. Whatever my significant other at the time decides to come up with would be perfect. Who would do the proposing? Me or the other person? I don't want to push this on Dan. We're not anywhere near that level yet, but I don't know. Since it's generally always like the male who does the proposing, I always was assuming that I would have to do it. And then when I was like, oh, wait, I'm gay and it's, you know, whoever wants to, I don't know. I kind of think it'd be really cool to be proposed to, because no one ever really does anything sweet and special like that to me. I feel like I'm always the one doing it to other people. But, you know, if it's taking too long, I might do it. I don't know. You're getting way ahead. You guys are going way ahead of my life. Carrington, that's a sweet name. If I could go anywhere in the world, where would it be? I would love to go to so many places. New Zealand would be awesome. Japan would be awesome. Tour Europe. Dan and I, we're going to go to California this summer for VidCon, and we're going to hang out for like the next week. So that's pretty awesome. Daniel, what career aspirations do I have? Forever IT. See, I'm more into the management than IT itself. I mean, I love technology, so and I get with it really well, but I like management. So career aspirations, just continually to grow. As long as I'm always challenged, take on more responsibility, you know, work my way up the corporate ladder, so to speak. You know, it'd be really cool to be actually making decisions that directly impact the business, you know, steering committees, things like that. Ultimately, I mean, in a dream world, I would be the CEO of some rich company, and my name would be in business journals, and I'd be giving keynote speeches. Although, to run all the way ahead and go past that or wherever I end up, I've actually been doing a lot of thinking about it, and I really kind of want to teach. You know, a lot of people in business, they go back and they teach when they reach retirement or just before retirement age. I had a bunch of professors at Lehigh that were former or existing partners at companies like KPMG, and those were the best professors I had in business. The ones that literally are just pure academia their whole careers. Those ones I didn't really quite get as well. So I think it'd be really awesome to retire from the industry and then go into teaching, and you know, college level teaching probably, maybe high school, but probably college, because you don't have to go through all the certifications. You don't need a master's in education and stuff like that to teach in college. You just can be a subject matter expert. But I think that'd be awesome. I think it'd be great to teach. That's all. That's all. We did it. We got through it. It's 11:06. That means I've got like 45 minutes of footage I need to edit now. And I'm going to do it as fast as humanly possible because I actually want to go to sleep tonight. So thanks for watching. This was Vita Day 10. If you've got more questions for me, which I can't imagine how you possibly could, but you might, you can comment below and I'm just going to reply in the comments. Yeah, that's basically it. I know people love these challenge videos, and for some reason they all involve sticking copious amounts of things in your mouth. Do you guys want to see me do a challenge? Dan wants to do the baby food challenge on his channel, and we'll probably end up actually doing that next week when he comes to visit. So I need a challenge for us to do on my channel. So let me know what you want to see Dan and I do other than the baby food challenge, and then we'll do it and put it on this channel. So yeah, if someone's gonna be jamming random unknown baby food in my mouth, I want to know. I gotta have something equally good. So, yep. Bye. Okay, and I know you guys want to know what's in this closet because now I've made such a big deal out of it. So, drum roll please. What's in the closet? Oh, it's just a bunch of crap. Anticlimactic. Yeah, it's like literally just like this weird space. I don't even know why it exists. That's a pretty sweet multifunction printer copier thing like you'd find in an office. I don't really know why we have it, and we clearly use it all the time, and this is a fax machine from forever ago. But yeah, sorry, let down, but that's the closet. Now you know what's behind every door in my basement. Except these. Where did these go? I don't know. What's in there? Sorry, I'll stop. Bye.